Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we're going to be doing the 6th part of what if Goku and Vegeta were trapped in the time chamber. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe, it's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Slick talker since a jet. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag. Disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
So after this, the universe have to pick their squad for the upcoming tournament. The people picked for this tournament will be slightly different. Master Roshi is replaced by Future Trunks, and that's pretty much the only change. Goku, Vegeta and Future Trunks are the strongest members of this team, while Goku and Vegeta are leagues ahead of everyone else. Future Trunks has some good potential though with his Super Saiyan God form. They gather the fighters like in canon and the tournament of power begins. Goku and Vegeta leap off into the distance and their speed is immense. In their base forms, they're already incredibly strong and Goku heads right for the Pride Troopers ahead of him. In his base form, he is easily able to handle the weaker members of the troop. One Pride Trooper jumps up to punch him, but he grabs their extended fist and spins to hurl them out of the ring. Another fighter comes toward him, but he then kicks them away, hurling them off the ring also. After this showcasing of strength, Dispo lands ahead of his teammates and signals for them to back away. You guys back off and take some other guys out. This guy will be too much for you, Dispo says, as he arrives to face him directly. Do you not want us to help you? One Pride Trooper asks him, as he faces the Saiyan. No, you'll only hold me back, he says, before racing toward Goku. He uses his immense speed and catches Goku with a punch that takes him aback. He slides back from the punch, then takes another to his gut that makes him slide back even further. You're not weak at all, Goku says, almost excited from the battle that is about to ensue. Goku then takes 2 more hits to his face and the force behind them thrills him. He slides back as a result of getting hit by the second punch, but he stops himself before he falls back too far. As he falls back, Trunks lands ahead of Goku and reveals his sword. I'll take this guy on myself, Trunks says to Goku, entering his Super Saiyan form. He dashes off and zooms right toward him before swinging his sword to try and hit him. However, Dispo is just way too fast and he can't connect with any of the swings. Trunks sees that he just won't be able to hit him, and so he takes it up a notch and increases his form to Super Saiyan 2. Now twice as powerful, he rushes back to Dispo and throws a few more slashes, but he still can't land one. He drives forward his sword, but Dispo slips past his sword, then throws a punch that hits his face. This launches him away and leaves a bloody bruise on his face, which makes him aware of just how strong Dispo is. However, he can't even make himself stronger with another transformation before Dispo lands a punch to his gut, then kicks him back even further. You'll be a piece of cake to defeat, Dispo claims, haughtily shaking off his body. In this state, that might be true. I guess I should use my godly powers now, Trunks replies, sheathing his sword. He clenches his fists and shouts, erupting in a red aura. He looks back up to Dispo with red eyes, then his hair falls and follows this same colour scheme. He enters this godly state and becomes far more powerful, and his aura embellishes his appearance with writhing flame-like energy. You got red hair, now what? Dispo shouts, still confident in his own abilities. However, Trunks zooms forward and shoots himself ahead like an arrow, throwing a gut punch. Dispo is dumbfounded by his level of strength and he coughs blood and spit. Then he throws a multitude of attacks, but before he can finish them off, Dispo uses his immense speed to dash back and retreat. He's now in a heavy pant and is covered in bruises and his own blood, but he doesn't want to show inferiority to Trunks. He then roars and releases a barrage of purple ki blasts that Trunks is forced to block using his sword. He gets hit by one that knocks him back slightly, then Dispo pounces. He dives ahead and throws a bunch of swift punches, but Trunks can block some with the use of his sword. Dispo tries to throw a quick jab, but Trunks uses the flat side of his sword to block the punch and swings down to slash him across his body. He tries to swing again, but Dispo swerves out of the way to then deliver a few more punches. Trunks is stronger than Dispo, but his speed is proving to be quite a problem. Both fighters can land and deal damage to each other though. Trunks tries to swing down with his sword to slash him in a downward fashion, but Dispo swerves past the side of his blade to land a hook to his gut, then a punch to his face. After a heated battle, both fighters are tired and injured since they have exerted themselves so much. Alright, let's up this to the maximum, Trunks says, sheathing his sword. He starts screaming, and once he does so, the ground beneath him rumbles under the power that he's exerting. His aura switches to a flowing green colour, then a light blue aura. His hair and eyes follow that same colour scheme and he transforms. His new pristine aura flows more gracefully and he feels great after his body getting vitalised from the form. So this is Super Saiyan Blue. Let's end this quickly, Trunks says, charging at Dispo. Now 50 times stronger, he punches him once and makes him fall to his knees. The punch makes his stomach spasm in pain, and as he is in this position, Trunks grasps onto his shirt's arm and tosses him off the ring entirely, eliminating Dispo. Wanting to use the power that he now has access to, he eagerly dashes away to face some more enemies. Vegeta faces Topo in his base form and remains in his base form. You better be as strong as Goku over there, if not you will stand no chance, Topo says, facing him with haughtiness. Don't worry, I'm definitely as strong as Goku, Vegeta states, transforming. He begins the fight in his Super Saiyan God form. He saw how strong Topo was when he fought Goku, and so he starts off with a decently strong form. Topo uses his strongest state from the jump and tries to punch Vegeta, however he leaps right over the punch and kicks him right in his face before stepping to the side to leave himself unscathed. As he steps back, Topo launches a Ki Blast in his direction. The large Ki Blast zooms at him, but he uses a powerful backhand to launch it across the arena. The power of this Ki Blast launches so many people right off the ring, and Vegeta doesn't look concerned at all. Topo then advances swiftly using his immense speed. His speed is concerning for his size and he hurls his fist right for the Saiyan's head. The punch is fast, but Vegeta ducks right under his large fist to evade. With himself ducked down, Topo uses a close-up Ki Blast to launch him into the air. As he descends, Topo spins to kick him across the arena. "You stand no chance," Topo declares, storming toward him. Vegeta slowly raises and doesn't look at all phased, with his face of aloofness. While standing stationarily, he shouts and uses his new Super Saiyan Blue evolution form, then charges straight for Topo. He's so fast now and he's able to speed blitz the Pride Trooper. Topo first perceives him once he's in the air, diving down to punch him. A single punch to his chest launches him more than 10 meters, but Vegeta continues attacking him. He jumps up then swivels to the left, kicking him directly in his face. This kick literally slams his face into the floor of the arena, almost knocking him out with this single strike. Vegeta then walks up to him with his burly physique and stares into his soul with his spine-chilling gaze. "You performed well, Pride Trooper," Vegeta says, kicking him right out of the ring. Belmont is very confused and concerned after feeling how strong Vegeta is. He just took down Topo with only a few attacks, which also left him severely injured. Goku faces Jiren and both of them don't even attack yet. Goku is eager to face him, but Jiren evidently doesn't have the same desires. "Will you continue to just stand in front of me? If you do, I'll force you out of the way," Jiren states boldly. "You really are strong, I can tell just by your demeanor," Goku says in excitement, then making a stance. In his base, he leaps right toward Jiren and throws a few punches that are all evaded by Jiren. He throws a straight right that Jiren veers past with his arms still crossed. Goku still uses this momentum and flips to then throw down a kick, but Jiren steps back so that his foot crashes into the arena floor and cracks it. Goku engulfs in his silver aura, then zooms forward to try and punch him, but Jiren catches the punch with utmost ease. With his smaller fist in his palm, Jiren kicks him back, effortlessly propelling him several meters away. Goku wheezes from taking this hit, and since he's in his base form, this punch really deals some serious damage. Goku takes his stance and enters his Super Saiyan form, charging forward. The fight continues in this way, where Jiren can dodge each one of his punches while remaining unscathed. Even while Goku is using all of his power, his weaker forms are proving to be quite futile in his battle. Before he can get hit himself, he steps back and ascends into one of his stronger states, Super Saiyan God. Goku then uses his quick battle wit to appear behind him with the use of instant transmission. He throws a precise quick punch, but Jiren catches the punch without even looking at it. "No chance," Jiren says, before throwing him overhead. Goku crashes into the arena floor and rolls away with just this slam, and Jiren returns to crossing his arms and just standing there. Goku then enters his Super Saiyan Blue form and then reaches further. "I guess I'll have to use my strongest Saiyan transformation. You're going to be the first person I've ever fought with this power," Goku says, exhaling calmly. He then starts adding Kaioken to his form and ends up utilizing Kaioken times 40, which gives him a massive pressurizing aura. In this canon, he's more than 1,000 times stronger than his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken counterpart in the canon timeline. Goku dashes right to his target, and since Jiren has been able to take all his attacks, he allows himself to hit him. Goku punches him in the stomach, and this punch takes him aback. He slides back and holds the area of impact in pain, but Goku doesn't have time to waste. He continues attacking him, and he does some damage, and he can land attacks. He chips Jiren on his chin, leaving a bruise on his cheeks, and elbows him in the chest. With the last of his Kaioken, he uses instant transmission to attack him from various angles, and he does this so that he doesn't get attacked back. He appears to Jiren's left side and kicks him so that his left knee unwillingly falls to the ground, and Goku disappears to then appear above him. He kicks him in the back of his head, then disappears again, and continues attacking him in this fashion. However, this only increases Jiren's rage. Goku appears in front of him and launches a full power Kamehameha wave, but Jiren slips past the beam of energy. He pursues Goku like a crazed predator, darting right to his target with nothing else on his mind. He punches Goku, but he manages to block at the last second. He is still launched away, but he manages to take less damage from his punch as a result of his block. His Kaioken fades after he raises to his feet, and after this he knows he stands no chance. After feeling that punch from Jiren, he could get seriously hurt if he continues to fight him in this way. However, as he takes a more aware glance at the arena, he sees Trunks engaging an enraged Kale, and he looks very injured. Trunks screams and flies in with his sword aimed right for the uncontrolled warrior. However, his swing doesn't even cut her, then she grabs his face to slam him into the ground. The only people facing her are Piccolo, Gohan and Android 17, and not strong enough to face her inexorably growing power, and they all get eliminated all the same. Trunks, beaten down and barely conscious, uses his sword to raise up, then brandishes the sword while shouting. "We're not done," he shouts, then sheathing his sword. He screams and reaches deep for any bit of power that he could possibly attain, but as he powers up, he completely runs out of stamina and falls to the ground in exhaustion. Kale continues to go on a mindless rampage, assailing anybody in sight, even her own teammates. Using her power, she fuses with Kefla and forms the super being fusion Kefla. Almost no one is there to face her and her ultimate power, but Vegeta then arrives to deal with the threat. "A fusion? What a surprise," Vegeta says in his Super Saiyan Blue evolution form. "Yeah, a fusion stronger than you," Kefla declares, pointing at herself. Vegeta just looks at her nonchalantly and waits for her to begin the battle, which she does. She flies directly at Vegeta and aims ahead with a kick, but as she does so, Vegeta vanishes from sight. He then appears instantly, this time standing beside her. He kicks her and decides to hurl her into the central pole of the arena, then appears in front of her. "You're a fusion, this fight won't last long, sadly," Vegeta says, trying to punch her in the face. She uses all of her speed and effort to evade before leaping away and launching a multitude of ki blasts. As they center all on the target at hand, the Saiyan Prince uses his speed and precision to swat away the blasts, sending them flying across the arena. Once she lands, he appears in front of her and lands a clean punch to her chest, which launches her back. Kefla, unwilling to accept her apparent inferiority, dashes toward Vegeta and throws a wild swing that he veers past with ease. Then he kicks her in the gut so hard that she coughs out blood and falls onto the arena ground. "Forced spirit fission," Vegeta shouts, punching her in the back with a mystical energy. Once he does this, they both split apart and a Potara earring is forcefully pulled off Kale's ear. Vegeta sees this earring dropping, then stomps on it to make sure that they can't fuse again. He grabs Kale, now in her base form, and chucks her right out of the ring before punching Kefla off it completely. With these two threats gone, the only threat to Universe 7 eventually becomes Jiren himself. Goku is currently battling him, and even in Super Saiyan Blue, he isn't a match for the ultimate power that Jiren possesses. Goku, before he can get injured significantly, leaps back to Vegeta's side. "Let's leave this tournament with a little flair," Vegeta says, making Goku nod. The other fighters in Universe 7 don't really know what he's on about, but then they begin to perform the fusion dance. After performing the fusion dance, Gogeta is born once again. Just in his base form, he is incredibly strong and could easily handle the likes of fighters like Dispo and other fighters around that level. "Jiren, I'll allow you to see my strongest form. You are a hard-working warrior and I commend you for that. Now I shall show you mastered Ultra Instinct," he declares, calming his mind. He closes his eyes, and as he does so, he is encapsulated in a majestic, pristine aura. His body grows stronger and stronger, and he truly surpasses even Beerus in power. Upon seeing this, Beerus lifts and can't believe what he's seeing. Gogeta with silvery white hair slowly starts to walk toward Jiren, and the power that he has is amazing. Now he is far above every god of destruction and is in between the power of those gods and the angels. He isn't on the level of an angel yet, but judging from the power that Gogeta possesses now, that might well be possible for the fusion in the future. Just his aura emits a rumble in the arena ground, and Jiren can't actually believe the strength of the being in front of him. After all of that training to prove to his master his power, he cannot let himself lose, and so he rushes in like a rabid beast with only attacking on his mind. Gogeta doesn't even move from his original position and just dodges all of the attacks without moving back a single meter. Jiren then shouts after contemplating his possible inferiority and uses all the power that he has. The power emitted on the arena right now is insane, and almost everyone can feel the pressure. Jiren darts forward with a scream and from point blank range uses his strongest energy wave to try and subdue the fusion. In the wave of energy, Gogeta is revealed to be unharmed, then he grabs Jiren by his neck. He immediately submits to his force and can't do anything to be freed from his unwavering grasp. Jiren tries to swing at him from the position that he's in to hit Gogeta, but with his body, he moves past every attack with ease. He doesn't even get hit once, then just lets Jiren go to see what he can do. He can still move past every attack that comes his way. Jiren attempts to attack him with a punch from his left, but Gogeta dips past the punch then lands one of his own. This single punch drops Jiren to his knees, coughing blood and holding his gut tightly. He can barely keep himself from vomiting and just falling to the ground, but his resolution is too strong. He stands again, but Gogeta just takes his chance and punches him in his chest. Once he extends his arm, he is hurled back and right off the ring, now unconscious. Gogeta then returns to his base form and the gods of destruction are blown away. The fusion respectfully bows to the crowd before enveloping in a light to reveal Goku and Vegeta once again, only minorly harmed. So that will conclude the 6th part of What If Goku and Vegeta Were Trapped in the Time Chamber. This part is a little longer than usual since I did fit all of the Tournaments of Power into a single part. Please tell me something you liked about the video or something that I should improve on for the next part. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.